Well, hello, everybody. We love you. And we thank you for being here today with us on episode 43. And today is going to be how to flow through the hard times. And don't miss episode today. Trigger warning for all that are going to tune in. It will be another real raw episode the way that we do. Who am I? I am Tobi, and that's all I need to be. Tobi Staples? Yes. What do? I show others how to get it right. It's as simple as that. And step into their highest potential and make the changes that they need and get the results that they truly desire. That's what I do. I've got 16 books out there. I've got 2 programs running. I have 4 programs coming, but I'm the host today, like I am every day, every week. Andy, as the co-host, introduce yourself to the world, please.
Hello. I'm Andy Joe. I am me. I'm an earth angel. I'm a wife. I'm a mama. I am whatever I need to be on the day I need to be it. That's me. And I am here to welcome everyone. And I'm happy that you guys are spending time with us today on this lovely Monday.
All right, cool. Well, we'll get right into it. I had to fix some lighting in here because I saw that it was kind of dark. Yeah, the sun has shifted around here and gone to the front. So I've got a little bit of shade coming in the windows here. So I guess I need some artificial light. Guys, today, episode 43, how to flow through the hard times. Well, guess what? There's a lot of shit happening in this world. So let's talk about it. But how many can be real with it? Listen, you guys have to realize that the attacks that are done in this lifetime are to attack connection to self and to connection to all things around you. And yeah, it doesn't feel good when you feel disconnected from everything that you should feel connected to. And that is your highest potential and your loving, flowing state first. All right. There's a lot of stuff. And it's ripping apart households and it's ripping apart people's lives and their results. Why? Because it's the influential energies that are affecting us all. It's at the tail end. How many can be real with that? I can be. You know, from the where my view stands, listen, I see things very different. Like, just put it this way. One who's on top of a hill looking down into a village can clearly see the fires. But one that's down in the village, suffering the fires, has a different view and feeling a different sting. Okay? Well, sometimes we, as individuals, get thrown into the pit of fire to feel the burn so that we can extinguish it. Hate to put it to you that way, but that's a must today. We don't feel things for no reason. And when you feel things, you are supposed to take the time to pause and say, why do I feel like this? And you will find the valid reasons for it, but you have to reframe it by finding the good in it all. Andy, drop some stuff here in this chat today.
Yeah, I will drop some stuff. Before I started talking to Tobi, I felt hopeless. I felt everything and I didn't know why. I didn't know where it was coming from. My life looked good from everybody's standpoint. I mean, I have a husband, I have children, we have a place to live, we have food, we have a vehicle, you know. I looked like I had it all together, but I was good at putting on a mask and making everybody think I had it all together. And I know I'm not the only one who's done that. I know I'm not. But even then, I just flowed through the hard times. I didn't know how to get myself out of the hard times. And the hard times lasted years and years. And then I started talking to Tobi, and she told me I didn't have to have hard times for that long. I wasn't really flowing through them. I was surviving. I was letting every rock, every obstacle, everything stop me and keep me stagnant. And that's not flowing. I thought I was just going with the flow, whatever. Yeah, my mental state told me differently, but I didn't know how to listen because I didn't pay attention to what my heart was telling me, what my body was telling me. I wasn't flowing. I was literally, have you ever seen a movie where someone has fallen down like in a deep, deep hole and they're clawing, trying to get out? That was me. I was just clawing. And every time I'd go up further, I'd slide down. Didn't know how to rise myself out of it. That's not flowing. That's surviving. That's just making sure you're still breathing, making sure you're still alive, if you can call that a life. But Toby has since taught me how to flow instead of survive, how to thrive. And if you're not flowing through things and feeling what you need to feel when you need to feel it, and then releasing the feeling, but learning the lessons, then you're not truly flowing. You're letting it stop you completely, not stop you for a moment, figure out why you're feeling that way, then feel it, then figure out what's going on, and then keep going. I didn't know how to do that, but Toby has taught me a lot over the last year and 4 months now.
Yeah, that's how long we've been working together now, eh?
Yeah.
But you feel the results for you and your whole family at this point.
Oh, definitely.
And
Definitely
it's
feel
leaked
it.
into everything that you think, say, and do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, guess what? People seem to think that tapping into the highest potential and being self-mastered eliminates all earthly suffering, and it doesn't. To be honest with you, it amplifies it. Because the more connected that you feel within, the more disconnected you feel outside of you. Okay? And that's when you truly have to tap into your power and let it flood out of you. Because if you don't, you are going to be consumed by influential energies and, frankly, devoured by them. And, I tell you, everything that you have to live and everything that you've overcome in your life is to prepare you for what's next. And, I talk a lot about having to resurrect myself from the dead out of ICU, but I tell you, that was nothing in comparison to what I've had to live and face since. Since my heart attack in February 2022, I have had the roughest, most enduring 3 years of my life in totality. All the trauma, all of the abuse was nothing compared to what I've had to live dealing with since my angina. But has it stopped me? No. Doesn't matter how hard it is, the harder it is to deal with, the more it is you can take. And nobody should have to take and take and take and take with no relief to it. But that's when you have to listen to your own heart and trust what it's telling you. I have not been so tapped into my heart space since I had to fight through it to make sure that my breath of life maintained since February 2022. If I don't trust what my heart is telling me, I'm as good as a goner. Literally. And that doesn't eliminate that things don't feel good. There's a lot that doesn't feel good in my life. There really is. I can't put on a mask that everything in my life is hunky dory. No, because it's not. But whose life is perfect? Nobody's is. And whoever claims that their life is perfect and they have the perfect little picture, well, I mean, come on, you're only lying to yourself. We all have shit to deal with. And, it doesn't help with all of these things that are happening in the world. No. But you know something? Connection is key. When you need others, don't be shy to say it. You know, I have been attempting to reach out and make connection with the people that I believed are the ones that I should be the most connected to. But you know something? I've had a really rough time since Saturday, really feeling disconnected from the world, my journey, my purpose, and my mission. Going, what's the point? Really? These are the results I'm getting? And you know what? Monetarily, I'm getting all the results that I want. But that is not filling my heart space. You see? And all the reasons that I had to push me to keep going and beat death over and over and over again, thank God I had the reasons that I did, because I find them me today without them. So that's a real revelation within oneself to realize that after as far as I have come. How do I feel about it all? I got to allow it, and I have to accept it for what it is. And I can't be delusional about what it is. I have to respect what I'm feeling, be the observer in my life, and investigate it and understand why I feel like that, because nobody else can tell me that it's not justified. Nobody else can tell me that it's invalid. It's running through my body, and I will not avoid it or deny it or claim that it is not existent. But what will that do? That'll open doors for me for change. Because I hate to tell you, the past 2 days, I have been bucking heads with my boss, going, is this what you really want me to feel after all I have done for you? And then today in the shower, like getting the message that I did. And you know what that message was? Had you not felt everything that I made you feel in the past 2 days, you would have never been ready to take a leap of faith to what I have waiting for you. And I said, what? And boss said, yeah. So I said, are you kidding me? Well, then I get told, well, all of those reasons may have kept you alive, but those are all of the same reasons that would have held you back too. And I said, what? I've been feeling like I didn't want to fucking breathe for the past 2 days for you to tell me that it's all to prepare me for what's next so that I can jump forward without looking back. Think about somebody who's doing a long and then that jump, that high jump. They can't jump as high and as fast as they can if they're looking back.
Right.
And I had my realization in the shower today when I was bucking with the big boss. Why? Because that's when you have your moment of clarity and the responses are clear. And I was like, how fucking dare you? Excuse the language, but not. I was like, how dare you? The past 2 days, you've made me feel like I didn't want to exist. You made me feel like my heart shattered into pieces. Because that's how I felt. For me to be told today, it's all in the plan. And I went, oh, you better make the what's next so much better, to the same magnitude as everything I've had to endure, but on the flip side. Because there's a double-edged sword to everything. And seek the good, and you'll find the answer. Because that's exactly, and why do I come out here and tell you guys all? Because guess what? Honesty and integrity comes with vulnerability. And you got to be able to speak the truth, no matter how it affects people. But guess what? By me being able to come out here and tell you all that no, life is not perfect, it allows you to drop your mask also, pretending that it is. Andy. I think I've said enough out here.
Yeah. I mean, I was listening. I didn't know you'd felt like that the past couple days. Of course, I haven't talked to you since Friday, so wow. But yeah, nobody is perfect, but we are perfectly ourselves if we allow ourselves to be. You have to be yourself. You can't wear a mask and make everybody believe you're perfect. I mean, you can, but what's that truth? That's not truth. But yeah, I agree. I agree with the boss, Toby. There's something good coming, and you had to go through that. But it would have been nice to know ahead of time, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like, honestly, but I had to feel that.
Yeah.
Really, because all the same reasons, like literally everything that fueled me, all of my reasons that have kept me going over the 12 years that I have made it through what I have, dissolved overnight. And I thought that those would be my remaining reasons. But you see, where the problem was is I was using external reasons. I wasn't believing that I was a good enough reason. You see? So those were the last invisible chains that I had been shackled to when it comes to any connections humanly. And there's just, when you are here to do other things, there's just so much that can't go with you when it's time to make that leap of faith.
Yeah.
You know? And
Yep.
it's kind of crazy because literally, like, I have put so much blood, sweat, and tears into just keeping my breath going. Literally. And then for 2 days I questioned why. Messed up, eh? But when you have a high frequency like that, when you start to question anything, you feel it to the same magnitude of your frequency. And that's what people don't get. Like me being as frequency inclined as I am and as high frequency as I am, I feel things totally different than others do. Deeper than anybody's mask, or like, I can be in somebody's energy and understand their belief systems about themselves. Therefore, already know what's reflected at me. And it's hard sometimes. It's just hard. It's just hard because you know how people see you, whether they understand how they see you or not. And it's very dismantling for somebody like me to see people genuinely for, I see people, but I also in their energy feel how they see me and what they believe about me. And that is so difficult because who I've transformed into is the farthest thing from what anybody believes me to be.
Yeah.
And it's hard. It's hard.
Well, I've started feeling, and like I can feel how someone feels about me, and I can also kind of pick up on things that they're thinking about me when I am in the same room with them. Like when I walk into a room, I don't have to look around. I can feel if somebody's looking at me, and I can feel their thoughts or hear their thoughts directed at me. If that makes sense to you, I can.
Of course it does. Because when you put out a thought, you're putting out a frequency, a vibration that you feel because it's directed at you. It's a thought about you. The same way where you felt those energy vampires looking at you and sucking your energy. Well, that's the same way telepathically that you're feeling things now, because you've reached that level that I've guided you to. You see?
Yeah. There's
An
this,
energetic frequency shift of a different magnitude. So
yeah.
yes, you can feel things that others don't.
There was this kid that wanted, well, he was like a 15, 16-year-old teenage boy. He was talking to his mom and his girlfriend, and they were talking about chicken nuggets at Sam's Club. And I literally looked straight at him. I said, the dino nuggets are on the end cap over there. He went, he said, Mom, she just read my thoughts. He didn't say anything about dino nuggets. He was like, thank you. That's what I was looking for. He's like, Mom, how did she know what I was thinking?
Well, how many times have you heard in class people tell me to get out of their actually, that I was reading their mind?
Yep.
That I just delivered exactly what they needed.
Exactly.
You can feel things. You can feel
Yeah.
things. But something, how to flow through the hard times is, look, I'm going to give you guys some tips today. Number 1, do not seek understanding where people can't see you and validate you. They will never understand you if they do not see you.
Mm-mm.
Never. Number 2, sometimes you just have to focus on you and allow things to unfold the way that they're meant to. And why do I say that? Because you can't force things that are not meant to be. You can't. It'll work against you. Number 3, don't have any expectations of another. But also, don't govern your choices or your life about another either. And that was a great learning tip for me this weekend. Is, I'm great at guiding others to their highest potential and their energetic, pure force of life. But I had some hard learning for my own being. Going, you know what? I can't live for reasons externally. I can't. And that's what has been my fuel. External reasons. But I had to shift that to my own internal reasons. Literally, because had I not, a broken heart is real, people. Protect your heart, because that's the key to your genuine wisdom and your guidance. And don't deny what you feel, and don't avoid it, and do not stay ignorant to it. What you feel is your warning signs to guide you in the right direction. Don't go to places that don't make you feel right. Don't talk to people who hold no space for you or couldn't give a shit what you think, say, or do. Don't do it. And if you sit with yourself calmly when you listen to these people, they clearly express how they feel about you. All right? And yes, it is very normal that people will feel attacked when they lie all the time when you speak the truth. Okay? But speak the truth even if your voice shakes. Speak the truth no matter what, because if you don't, it really will hurt your heart. Because honestly, had I not, I think what really fixed my feeling that way for 2 days today was finally expressing how I felt. Literally. And then after I expressed how I felt and got it off my chest, I saw the reactions. Went and took a shower to wash that off my energy, and that's when I had the answers. These are the same people that you've been governing your whole life on. And if you truly want change, that's got to stop now. Doesn't matter what title is attached, because your title definitely doesn't matter to them. And I went, wow. And I went, are you serious? And then I was told, well, listen, keep hanging on to all of those reasons, Well, those are all the same reasons that are going to hold you back from what you can truly have. And I went, wow. And then I was told, when you take that leap of faith, because I know when I tell you, ready, set, go, you will. And I can't have you having any excuses when it's time. And all of those reasons that I held dear to my heart would have been the same excuses for me to say I couldn't take that leap of faith. So, as excruciating as it has been for me over the past 2 days, it was huge revelations and awakenings within me to say, wow, things like this are life changing, especially for me. You know, guys, I encourage you all to be your own reason, nothing else. Because while you're giving that factor to everybody else, you're robbing it from yourself. Because those may be the same excuses that you're making from not making the changes that you need to in your life also. Big time. Andy, why don't you throw some stuff out here so we can wrap up this episode? 43 already.
Yes. Listen, I used to look, for outer opinions about this, that, and the other, about everything. But now, Tobi's taught me, you've taught me to, if I like it, if I feel right, then it's good. Then it's what I should be doing. Not, looking for acceptance or looking for, someone to like what I'm doing. Like, I've even quit asking Ray's opinion on, when I practice singing or, when or what I'm wearing or anything. I don't ask anybody's opinion on anything. I just do what I'm doing and I know it's good. I mean, I just know. And I'm trying to instill that in the kids, just like everything else that you've taught me, Tobi. I'm trying to instill it in the kids to where they don't think they have to look for external acceptance and that they can live for themselves. And I mean, I still have the thought in my head, I'm doing things for my kids, but me, like when they grow up and move out, it's not going to affect me as much as I thought it was going to a year and a half ago or a year and 4 months ago. I'm not going to be, buckled down in my bed crying because I have nobody to take care of. I still have someone to take care of. Me. And I've learned a lot from you, Tobi, about flowing through things, getting through hard times. Because since I started working with you, yes, I still have hard times. I've still had times where I felt like I could fall completely the fuck apart.
Yep.
Do I? No. Do I stop for a moment and be like, what the actual fuck just happened? Well, who did I run into? What energy did I pick up from where? Why did that happen? And I observe it, and then I figure it out. I'm a pretty good investigator. And then I just keep flowing. And that's what everybody's got to do. Unless you want to be stuck. Unless you'd like to be stuck. I don't see anybody who'd like to be stuck. Because, I mean, I was comfortable, I thought, being stuck. But that wasn't comfort. That was stubbornness. That's not what we're supposed to do. That's not what we're here for, is to get down at the rock bottom of everything and stay there. It's so that we can learn and grow. We have to flow even through the hardest times. But we have to observe what's going on. We have to take lessons from all the hard shit we've been through. And we have to keep flowing. And the more we do that, the more we learn, the more wisdom we gain, the more connected we get to the thing that matters, ourself. We have to stay connected to ourselves. People fall away. They just do. I mean, especially if you're learning and gaining wisdom and rising and, bettering yourself, the people that don't want to do that for themselves, they'll fall away. They can't handle what you're doing. And I mean, even if they ask you, what are you doing? How are you doing that? Da, da, da. You're going to explain it to them till they're blue in the face, but will they truly understand it? Doubtful. But until they get that click in their ear saying, hey, you're doing this all wrong, they're not going to listen to anybody else telling them that. They have to feel it. But yeah, you just have to flow no matter how hard your life gets. You have to flow. You have to rise above. You have to keep. What was that you said the other day, Toby, yesterday on your live about eagles and chickens?
Oh, yeah. Fuck.
I don't want to be a chicken.
Oh, yeah. No, really, that was Saturday's live, and that was Sunday. That was yesterday's live.
Was that yesterday?
Oh, yeah. Man, that was just, but I had to, it's true. It's true. Like the chickens that are pecking in the shit can't understand the view of an eagle and what they see, and vice versa. But what the eagle is not going to settle for pecking in the barnyard in the shit with the chickens. It won't. But I can guarantee that every chicken that comes after that chicken pecking in the shit will gladly peck in the shit with them.
Yeah.
Okay, well, then it's normal that those pecking in the barnyard in the shit won't get what it is to be out of that barnyard.
No.
So, yeah.
And
I had to drop it like that because you know what? The messages that I was getting yesterday was trying to sway me away from what I was feeling. But what I was feeling, when I expressed it, I was told to get over it, that it was self-induced and it was delusional to feel that. How the fuck is what I'm feeling not relevant or not real? I won't let anybody on this planet tell me that.
No.
And you know what? I was told that, which amplified the feeling because then I realized how disconnected I truly was from these people if they're going to tell me that. And then to turn around and tell me that I'm crazy and that I'm acting crazy for even expressing it. Really? It's all good.
Yeah.
I know that I will never express anything there ever again. It's not worth the breath. I only have a certain amount of heartbeats left. They won't be wasted on trying to express what I feel to anybody ever again in this lifetime. They can't get it. They don't get it. But it's a lesson learned for me and a loss of my time and energy for all those that don't get it. Because I will never put myself in a situation where I feel what I felt this weekend ever again. I guarantee you that. No matter who, what, when, where, why, and how. No matter. And you know what? It's only us that gives things and people meaning in our lives, eh?
Mm-hmm.
So watch what you give meaning to. Because unless they give you that same meaning, oh boy, it is a waste of your time and energy and effort and your reasoning. Take that power and energy and put it somewhere else where it's relevant, needed, wanted, and appreciated. Okay? When you feel that people don't appreciate it, trust that. People don't appreciate what you bring, trust that. And don't make sure you don't feel that twice.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? under any circumstance, because there's no name or title relevant enough to diminish yourself and your abundant energy for anything. Because I tell you, if I was less than the energy that I am, feeling the way I felt this weekend would have killed me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm grateful for the energy that flows through me because it kept me alive during the squeeze of the past 2 days. And since then, after that message today from boss about, it all had to happen, just like everything else had to happen. And you see their reactions and their responses. Now, how many times do you have to go there looking for a different response when this is the same one? Are you not going to see these people for who they truly are? Are you going to be insistent on staying attached to people that do not want to be attached to you? I was like, talk about my boss going, let me put you in check. But these are also the people and the reasons that you would make excuses for when I deliver what your next move is. So you had to feel the crunch and you had to feel the heartbreak to disconnect.
Yep.
Thank you. And I was like, wow. All right. You better deliver me something that explodes my heart right back into joy mode then.
Yep.
Crazy, but listen, everything prepares you for what's next. Don't take shit personal. See it for what it is, and do not go trying to pick apples off of an orange tree. What do I mean? Don't go and try to get any kind of care, compassion, or understanding from people that don't even see you. You're non-existent to them. They don't care what you think, say, or feel. They have a story that they tell themselves about you. Let them have that story, even if it's not true. Don't try to defend yourself or prove yourself to be anybody different than how they see you. Let them have that and the fucking change. Simple. It'll free you from robbing yourself and putting you into energetic bankruptcy in the long run.
Yeah.
Straight up. And I had to learn the hard way this weekend. Don't go sit at a table where there's no place set for you. And it's a real bitch when you see it. Trust that. But that's okay. Because what do you do with that? You set your own fucking table.
Yep.
And make sure you don't invite those that never invited you to theirs. Straight up. And it may sound cold, but guess what? Let's get real out here now. It's 2025. And yeah, shit doesn't feel good. Look at everything that's changing in this world. But I'll also say it is a clear attack on the family structure. Don't let it win. How many of you take family time into high consideration and eat meals together every night? How many of you sit down with no technology and connect other than online? How many of you have that human connection? Well, if you do, cherish it and amplify it because the world needs it as great examples of what it looks like. And I'm grateful for all of those that do it and surround themselves with love and family and who have that in their life. Because you know what? I still do what I do with the world without having anything. Anybody. I have nobody physically here to give me a hug, even in my vicinity. Every person that I hugged this weekend, it was so fucking fake. It wanted to make me puke. They were hugging me out of obligation and not need or want. It was disgusting to feel that off of my own family. So, it's okay. And you got to let it be okay. But you also have to choose differently for yourself the next time.
Yeah.
Hold true to your wisdom. And you know what? Trust what you feel and don't let anybody tell you that you're crazy or that it's not right to feel what you feel. Maybe they should stop inflicting so much fucked upness and you wouldn't feel that to begin with.
Right.
Because I certainly don't go around hurting people.
Mm-mm.
That's for sure. Anyway. I think everybody's valid and relevant in this world. And you know what? That's how I'll stay. Guys, love you all. That's why we do it. And how do you flow? Give more meaning and relevance to you than any other person, place, or thing in this lifetime. Because genuinely, happy parents raise happy children. Simple. Can't expect your kids to be happy if you're not. So, get it right. But we love y'all. Andy, you ready to close up this episode?
Yes, ma'am. We love you. We thank you for your time. And we want you to love you the way you should be loved.
Yes, very much so. And who am I? I'm Tobi Staples. And this is Andy Joe Ford. And we are signing off episode 43. Love y'all.
Love
Stay
y'all.
true to you.
Yes.
And the love that's flowing through you. Because that's the only thing that's real. Ha! Love y'all.